Karachi 1960–1980. Fascinating glimpses of Old Karachi. Take a journey back in time to Karachi between 1960 and 1980, a city that was changing rapidly while still holding on to the charm and character of an earlier era. These rare glimpses offer us a fascinating look at what everyday life in Karachi once looked like. The streets were filled with buses, cars, bicycles, pedestrians, and the familiar energy that has always made Karachi unique. During these decades, Karachi was becoming an increasingly important center of commerce, industry, education, and culture. New buildings and modern developments were appearing across the city, while older neighborhoods continued to preserve their distinctive character. One of the most recognizable sights was the city's historic architecture. Areas such as Saddar, Burns Road, and the old commercial districts were busy with shops, markets, offices, restaurants, and people going about their daily lives. Saddar in particular was one of Karachi's major commercial and social centers. Its streets brought together people from different backgrounds, creating the lively atmosphere for which the city became known. Public transportation was another important part of everyday life. Buses moved constantly through the city's busy roads, carrying workers, students, families, and shoppers from one part of Karachi to another. The roads and vehicles may look very different from what we see today, but the rhythm of city life feels surprisingly familiar. Markets were always at the heart of Karachi. Shopkeepers displayed their goods, customers moved through crowded streets, and vendors added their voices to the sounds of the city. For many families, shopping was not simply an everyday task, it was also an opportunity to meet friends, visit familiar stores, and experience the vibrant atmosphere of Karachi's neighborhoods. The 1960s and 1970s also represented an important period of development for the city. New residential areas expanded, educational institutions grew, businesses flourished, and Karachi continued to attract people looking for new opportunities. At the same time, the city retained many of its older traditions. Walking through these historical images, you may notice the clothing, hairstyles, vehicles, advertisements, storefronts, and architecture. Each detail provides a small window into the past. Even the simplest street scene can tell a story. A passing bus, a crowded market, an old cinema sign, a group of people standing outside a shop, or children walking along a neighborhood street can help us imagine what ordinary life was like more than half a century ago. Karachi was also becoming known for its cultural diversity. Different communities, languages, traditions, and lifestyles came together in one rapidly developing city. This diversity became one of Karachi's defining characteristics and continues to shape its identity today. The skyline of Karachi was also beginning to change. Modern buildings stood alongside older structures, creating a mixture of architectural styles that reflected the city's transition from an earlier era into a more modern metropolitan future. Looking back at Karachi from 1960 to 1980, it is easy to focus on the buildings and vehicles. But perhaps the most fascinating part of these images is the people. They remind us that history is not only about famous events or important landmarks. History is also about ordinary people going to work, children going to school, families shopping, friends meeting, and communities building their lives. These photographs and old scenes preserve moments that would otherwise exist only in memory. Today, Karachi is a much larger and more crowded metropolis, with modern roads, high-rise buildings, expanding neighborhoods, and millions of residents. Yet beneath all those changes, many parts of the city's spirit remain recognizable. The Karachi of 1960 to 1980 may seem distant, but these rare historical glimpses bring it remarkably close. They allow us to pause for a moment and imagine the sounds, movement, architecture, and everyday life of an earlier Karachi. It was a city in transition, a place where tradition and modernity were meeting, where old neighborhoods stood beside new developments, and where millions of individual stories were unfolding every day. As we look back at these fascinating scenes of old Karachi, we are reminded how quickly cities change and how valuable it is to preserve the visual memories of the past. This was Karachi between 1960 and 1980, vibrant, diverse, changing, and full of life, a Karachi that may have disappeared in its original form, but continues to live on through photographs, films, memories, and the stories of the people who experienced it. Thank you for taking this journey through Old Karachi.
Thanks for watching. Like, comments and share.